I don't know what's happening, but we are finally getting more and more information about the Fatui members, who we knew nothing about until now. We have already received a lot of information about Colombina and Capitano in the last 2 days, and today, we have some new information about Pierro, who is the director of the Fatui organization. Just like Colombina and Capitano, we have new information about Pierro's age, personality, trial voice lines, so without further ado, let's get started. Before we begin, the source of this information is the same person, HomeDG Cat, and it was also reposted by sources such as PTL. So it's reliable but still subject to change since this might be early info, and as usual, this information contains some details that some people may consider spoilers, so here's a spoiler warning. Pierro, also known by his codename the Jester, is the director of the Fatui and the very first member as well as harbinger of the organization. He has personally recruited several harbingers, including Il Dottore, Scaramouche, and Signora. About his identity, Pierro's appearance and voice are like those of a 55-year-old person, but in reality, he is 550 years old. He is the First Lord Harbinger. His voice impression is like that of a middle-aged man, sounds a bit old but dignified and deep. Also, his political view is said to be neutral. To understand this statement, let's take a look at another piece of information released by the same source. According to that info, the Harbingers are divided into two factions, radicals and conservatives. To make it simple, a conservative is someone who largely believes in the status quo or in slow-ordered change, while radicals want to change the world quickly. They are extremely dissatisfied with this world and want to shape it according to their beliefs by any means necessary. So Capitano, Colombina, Pulcinella, and Sandrone have conservative views, whereas Dottore, Arlecchino, and Pantalone have radical views. And Pierro is neutral as I mentioned. Tartaglia's faction is currently unknown, but if you look at the A Winter Nights Lazo trailer, the Harbingers standing on the left are radicals, and the Harbingers on the right are conservatives. So based on this, Tartaglia might also have radical views. Coming back to Pierro, he is a steady old man who seems to always be able to see through people. His speech is usually concise and to the point. When issuing a command, his demeanor gains a tint of aggressiveness directed towards the enemy. He is very manipulative and can cause chaos in one's mind with concise and polite words, and he's also said to be an unfathomable leader and a relatively decorous enemy. Moving to his trial lines. His first line says, "Each one of us has borne witness to the absurd callousness of the foundational principles of this world. So let us don our masks in mockery of the world as we go forth and rewrite the rules of destiny." His second line goes like, "You claim that you have no tears left to cry, no blood left to shed, but surely this is because you have filled yourself with fire." He saw Signora's pain hidden beneath her scorching appearance and pointed it out clearly, gaining her trust. His third line says, "Her Majesty understands every one of my colleagues and allows them to have their own desires. Therefore I only inspect their work and do not pry into their personal lives." He clearly states that he knows about the clashes between the two factions of the Harbingers but will not interfere. Well, that's all the information we received today about Pierro. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss any updates.